Welcome to Jank Play TCG. My name's Landon, and here we play Jank. And today I'm going to be talking about the Pauper tournament that I'm holding on the Discord. Link in the doobly-doo description thingy. And yeah, I am running a Pauper tournament. I'm not expecting a huge turnout. I've got 20 PTCGL cards here, code cards. 10 are from 151, 10 are from Paradox Rift, and the winner is just going to get all 20. That's kind of what I've decided. However, if we get more than 20 players in this tournament in the Discord, I will pay my local game store to send you a Paradox Rift build and battle kit in addition to these 10 code cards. So yeah, be sure to check out the Discord and be sure to say you want to join the Pauper tournament. I do have a deadline. It cuts off December 11th at midnight. I'm just going to wake up December 12th and do the cutoff then. But I'm going to need people to sound off who wants to be in this tournament in the Discord. It's the easiest way for me to organize this, and I have no idea what I'm doing, so hopefully I can run it decently. And what I wanted to go over today are some rares that are actually playable in Pauper. So if you don't know what Pauper is a special format of Pokemon. I have a video all about it. I'll probably link in the description or something. But yeah, it's commons and uncommons only, basically. However, there are some rares that actually make the cut because in Japan they have a uncommon or common printing. So, trying to be a worldwide format here, these rares are actually allowed. So we're going to start off by looking through Battle Styles Pauper rares that are allowed in the Pauper format. First off, we've got Victreebel here. Yes, we have stage 2s in the format. A lot of stage 2s just automatically get printed as rares, but that's not an issue because this actually has an uncommon in Japan, so we're good to go. I'm just going to stop on some important ones, and then at the end I've got some extra cards I want to talk about. So, Victreebel here. Vivillon. Vivillon will be important because there's a Spupa, and I think the basic's called Sputipie. Those two Pokemon, I believe, have an evolutionary advantage ability where they can evolve up turn 1. So while this Vivillon may not be important, there will be others that are. We've got Lurantis, we got Salazzle. This is the fun one, where double turbo energy, yes, that's uncommon. It's in the format, as far as I know. And this decisive roasting thing, where you do 90 for each special condition affecting your opponent's active Pokemon, could be very important in the format to hit those higher numbers. We've got Centiskorch, Galarian Mr. Rime. This is the fun one where you discard cards with ball in the name, Pokeball and whatnot, and you do 40 more damage. We've got Jellicent here, where if you can get enough water energy in the discard, it might make a fun attacker. 2 water energy, 10 damage for each water energy in the discard pile. Electivire, Boltund. I love this Boltund. This is the one where you can attack for 1 energy and do 130. You just gotta get damage on the Boltund, right? But it's still a fun Pokemon, so I want to make sure to mark that. We got Claydol. This Primeape is fantastic. 2 fighting energy, 50 damage for each of your bench Pokemon with damage counters on it. So that can add up pretty fast. Is single strike, so single strike energy can pump that even higher, and so on and so forth. We've got Marowak here with the battle armor ability, 30 less damage, boomerang. Decent. Conkeldurr, there we go. Mienshao, this is the fun one with rapid strike energy, single energy attachment, 90 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused, and you shuffle this Pokemon, all cards attached, back into your deck, which that could be a lot of fun. However, I do not believe you have Octillery, so good luck fishing it back out, right? But it is a fun deck. 90 damage plus confusion can really mess with your opponent. If you can pull that off turn after turn after turn, you got something. 90 HP, you got Level Ball and Rescue Carrier too. We've got Falinks here with another alternative Rapid Strike attacker for single Rapid Strike energy. 20 damage for each Rapid Strike Pokemon in play, which can be a grand total of 120. So, Stonjourner here, another single strike Pokemon that makes it through. Galarian Slowbro, Aegislash. However, I do need to point out, the stance change ability is with another Aegislash that is a rare and does not have a uncommon printing, so that ability does not work, and this really has a benefit against VMAXs, so I don't recommend this Aegislash. Lickilicky, Drampa, and back to Victreebel. Cool, we're done with Battle Styles. Moving on. I did this with each set. Yes, I'm crazy. We've got Abomasnow, single strike Abomasnow. Give your single strike Pokemon 50 more HP. Could be important. Sawsbuck, Serena, Volcarona, Walrein, Ampharos, Zebstrika. This Zebstrika, single energy. If one of your other Rapid Strike Pokemon used an attack during your last turn, this attack does 90 more damage, so you're looking at 120 for a single colorless energy. And if that other Rapid Strike Pokemon is either another Zebstrika or a Mienshao, there you go, you got a deck going. We got Bayonet here, the single strike one, where single psychic energy, you can do up to 140 damage by placing 7 damage on Bayonet. You can deal less damage by placing less damage counters, but 7's the max. But with 80 HP, you can do that twice unless you have a way to heal up. So that could be a real fun Pauper deck. We got Golurk here. Slurpuff, Malamar. Malamar was one of the best Rapid Strike budget-friendly decks in the standard format for a little while, and it is legal in Pauper. This is going to be insane. Such a good deck. We've got Dugtrio, another Rapid Strike coming through. This one was a fun one because you flipped a lot of coins. This was back when we had Glimwood Tangle, though. Without Glimwood Tangle, I don't think it's going to be nearly as fun. Glimwood Tangle, I think, would be legal in Pauper, but not the way I'm running Pauper because I have to run it through PTCGL. It's going to be standard format Pauper, which it does not have Glimwood Tangle. If there's enough interest in Pauper, though, I would love to do a webcam Pauper tournament where you record yourself with a webcam with your own cards, and that would be from base set, original Pokemon base set, all the way to today, which would be a huge undertaking, and if anyone could help me, I would love you. But yeah, this Dugtrio could be a lot of fun. We've got Galarian Sirfetch'd. Gallade. Gallade actually makes it through. I believe there's also a Gardevoir that makes it through. Could be some fun stuff that happens there. We got Passimian, which I don't think is viable. We got Weezing and Galarian Weezing. These are kind of a two-hit combo. Not a two-hit combo, but a two-hit wonder, I want to say. Galarian Weezing doubles the amount of darkness energy, basic darkness energy attached to your Weezings. And Weezing here for a single energy... No, for a single energy, thanks to Galarian Weezing, will do 20 damage for each darkness energy attached to it, doubled by Galarian Weezing, and you've got a pretty strong attacker. Mix and Toxin is actually a pretty good alternate attack if you need it too. So yeah, I like that combo, I like that deck. Viper, a really good single strike Pokemon. 3 energy, 90 plus, if you play a single strike supporter, you can do 90 more, so 180, not bad. We've got Spiritomb. This Spiritomb is going to be a good counter against the Unified Wings Pokemon, because single energy, colorless, for each of your opponent's Pokemon in the discard, put 1 damage on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. If you place damage counters in this way, your opponent shuffles all Pokemon from their discard pile into their deck. So not only are you damaging the Unified Wings Pokemon, probably KOing it, you then shuffle all Pokemon from their discard pile into their deck. However, I do want to say that that Pokemon you just KO'd will not be shuffled in, so that would be 1 Pokemon in the discard. So, you know, but it's a decent trade-off in my opinion. And this Spiritomb, in regular Pauper, not standard Pauper, but regular Pauper, is going to be very important to counter Night March, I imagine. Next up, we got Scolipede. Surprised this came in as an uncommon. We got Aggron, Zangoose, another fun Rapid Strike Pokemon, 50 damage, plus if you play a Rapid Strike supporter this turn, you can do 50 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Nice spread, which spread's not going to be that great. I'll get to that eventually. We got Kecleon here. I love this Kecleon. Plenty of jank strategies with this. Highly recommend this Kecleon. Hit weakness on basically anything. You just got to play every energy type. And we're back to Abomasnow. Nice. Chilling Rain done. Next set is Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies here, we got Pinsir, Tropius, Lilligant. Lilligant's kind of fun, though. 70 damage, flip a coin, if head's asleep, if tail's confused. Not bad. We got Sharpedo, 2 energy, 120 damage, pretty nice. Milotic, whenever your opponent plays a Spore card from their hand, prevent all effects of that card done to your hand. So we're talking Iono, we're talking Judge. Negate those with this Milotic. Rapid Strike Wishy-Washy with 3 water energy attached. It has 150 more HP, meaning it's 180 basic Pokemon, and there's ways to increase that even further. I'm thinking Luxurious Cape, give it another 100 HP, that's 280 HP. Sure, it's worth 2 prizes now, but who cares? You're dealing a lot. You just gotta get energy on it, and that might be the tough part. We got Ampharos here. Gourgeist, I think this could be really fun. Reveal the top 6 cards of your deck. This attack does 60 damage for each Psychic Pokemon you find there. Then shuffle those Pokemon back in your deck. Discard the others. So you are thinning out the deck to be mostly Psychic Pokemon and dealing more damage that way. I love it. I think it's fun. Double turbo energy on it. Done. Gigalith. Seismitoad. During your opponent's next turn, defending Pokemon's attack cost is 1 more and retreat cost is 1 more. Could be interesting to like trap and deal damage and make it harder for them to attack. I like it. Shift trees here. Thievul. This Thievul could be some draw actually. It's an interesting one when you play to evolve it. Both you and your opponent shuffle your hands. Isn't it both? No, wait, you may have each player shuffle their hand. Yeah, so you should both shuffle your hands, put them at the bottom of your deck, then draw 4 cards. Possibly some draw here. Could be fun. Altaria actually makes it in. Tempting Tune Altaria. I expect to see this played a lot in this standard Pauper tournament that we're going to be running. We've already got some players signed up, so be sure to check out the Discord. But being able to just search your deck for any support card, put on the top of your deck, done. And then we got that School Vet, of course, to shuffle your hand, put it at the bottom of your deck, draw the top card. Oh, it's the exact supporter you want, probably Brandon. Play that down and draw some cards. So Altaria is going to be pretty key in a lot of decks. We've got Drampa, Flapple, and Appleton. So this is pretty cool. The thick mucus will punish special energy decks. The acidic mucus will punish ability heavy decks. So if you're expecting any of those in this tournament, those are pretty good choices. We've got the Smeargle, which double turbo energy, 30 plus 30 each for each energy, different energy card type you reveal in your hand. So that can hit pretty high as long as you're able to get those energy types and keep your hand. Milotic will help. We've got Stoutland here, Talonflame, and back to Pinsir. All right, done with Evolving Skies. Next up, we've got Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike was a weird one to go through. Holy cow. We've got Levani, I believe it's actually pronounced. We've got Maractus, which, is this the fun one? Discard any number of Pokemon tool cards from your hand. This attack does 50 for each card you discard this way. It's 2 energy tool drop on a basic. Not bad. We've got a Selgor. You can do this for a single energy as long as you can keep switching your active Pokemon. 90 HP Pokemon, level ball. I like a Selgor. Didn't see play in standard, but could see play in Pauper. It's 120 damage, by the way. Virizion, Araquanid, Arcanine, or Ikorio if you're playing a Fusion Strike heavy deck. Minus 20 to your Fusion Strike Pokemon. Pretty good. We've got Centiskorch, Rapid Strike, Cloyster Rapid Strike, Azumarill, Huntail Fusion Strike, and Gourbias Fusion Strike, which means you can not only increase the energy cost of single strike Pokemon, but you can also prevent rapid strike Pokemon from using abilities. May not be as useful without Octillery and the Inteleon in the format, but might still be useful, might still be important. Electrode, 1 energy, 120 KOs itself, unless you throw on something like a Luxurious Cape or something else to increase HP. Electrode, it's pretty nice. Electros here, nice. Vikavolt, cool. Granbull, put up the 2 Pokemon tools from you. Galarian Crissola, nah. Meloetta, that could be fun. Palisand, Golem, that one was a surprise. Claydol, Absol, Toxicroak, Corviknight, that one was another surprise. Latias, but sadly not Latios, so that kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. I don't know if there's another Latios in the standard format. There probably is in Pauper. Maybe there's one that has a uncommon printing that you could mix with this. I don't know. But since this attack is all about the doing stuff against VMAXs, maybe it's not a big deal. We got Goodra here, which could be a fun energy denial type of deck. Very annoying to deal with, honestly. Blissey, so the Let's All Roll Out deck might actually be fun in Pauper, you know? Kangaskong? Really? Huh. And back to Lavani, so yeah. Let's go ahead and jump to the next set. I'm pretty sure there's no trainers or anything we need to keep in mind. I could be wrong about that. So next up in Brilliant Stars, we got Breloom, we got Wormadam, Mothram, Magmortar, Lapras, Manaphy. So we do have our spread damage blocker of Manaphy in the format. So something important to keep in mind. Spread, not going to be great. Because Manaphy is actually still Pauper legal, amazingly enough. We've got Electivire, Luxray, Clefable, and Luxray will become important later on. There's another Luxray I'm going to talk about. So, I hope I didn't miss it accidentally already. Clefable, Wormadam, Golurk, Muck, another Wormadam. So the 3 Wormadams all came through as uncommon in Japan. So that does mean that you can play them in Pauper, and that opens up these Wormadams with their does more damage the more Pokemon that discard. But Spiritomb counters that. So are you going to play Spiritomb? I don't know. We got Heatran, Klinklang, Staraptor, Tornadus. This one, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may have your opponent switch their active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. So this could be important because Boss's Orders has only had a rare printing. So that's not going to be in this Pauper standard format. So this is a way to force your opponent to switch their Pokemon. You know, maybe it's something. And we're back to Breloom. So we're done with Brilliant Stars. Wow, we're going through this way faster than I expected. Way faster than it took me to make this freaking list. Vespiquen for Astral Radiance Pauper Rares. We got Vespiquen, the one where if you got Sweet Honey in your hand, it does 60 for each Sweet Honey. You can play 4 Sweets Honey, so that is 240 damage from a Vespiquen for a single energy. 240 damage in a Pauper format? Heck yes. Leafeon, Shaman, Rapidash, Mamoswine, Regice, Glaceon, Hisuian Basculegion, Hisuian Avalugg, Regieleki, and this is a fun Regieleki. You discard 2 Lightning Energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 120 to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon, so bench hitting. We've got Manaphy, but are they going to play it? You never know. Miss Magius, Hisuian Arcanine, Regirock. Sadly, the Regi deck didn't make it through because Regigigas is just a rare Pokemon. We got Mightyena, Thievul. This one doesn't really matter. Registeel, Regidrago, that could be a draw engine for someone. You need a lot of switch cards, but hey, it's not bad when you don't have Bibrielle, right? We got Ursaluna. We've got Hisuian Bravery here. 0 energy, 30 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. That sounds pretty awesome. And back to Vespiquen. Sweet. Man, this is going so much faster than it took me to make everything. Lost Origin, Pauper Rares. We've got Parasect. Makes both active Pokemon asleep and poisoned. Probably not that relevant, Pauper, honestly. Unless you're playing like a Regidrago for your draw engine, then you swap. I mean, hey, think about it. We got Dustox here. We've got, wait, what's that Dustox? Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused poison. During Pokemon checkup, put 8 damage counters on that Pokemon instead of 1? Dude, yeah, that's fun. Magcargo. Politoed, Dugong, Cramorant. That's right, Cramorant makes it in. But you know what doesn't make it in? Sableye. So, that's very interesting in my opinion. Lost Box could still be a thing, but you don't have Sableye to rely on. You kind of gotta go into other things. So Cramorant, though, does give you that basic attacker to use in the format, so I don't know, it just could be fun. Comfey I'm about to go through, and another alternate attacker that could be useful in a Lost Zone deck. Raichu, although, you know, probably not that interesting, but, you know, Raichu, Manectric, Electros, Clefable again, Mr. Mime, Bayonet, this guy could be useful. You get to grab a support card from your discard pile, put it into your hand when you evolve up into this Pokemon, right? No, it's just once per turn? Okay, and then if you do this, this Pokemon goes into the Lost Zone. Cool. Awesome. Whatever. We get a supporter card back, right? So that could be useful. Although Palpad. We got Malamar. Comfey, I told you it was coming up. Comfey, probably one of the best engines in the game currently in Pauper. What the heck? Mimikyu, I mean, Comfey's usually a rare, so, I mean, like, yeah, one of the best engines is in the deck. Mimikyu. Poliwrath, so with Politoed, you got alternate evolutions, could be fun. Rhyperior, Glysaur, Stonjourner here, Ariados, Spiritomb. This Spiritom's a heck of a lot of fun. It does 60 more for each Spiritomb in your discard. Now, Ditto is a rare, so you can't be using Ditto to use this attack from, with all your Spiritombs in the discard. You gotta be using Spiritombs. Makes it a little bit more clunky, but it still is a fun deck. You can still be doing 190. I mean, you know, and then you throw in a tool, maybe you're doing 200, right? What's surviving in Pauper at 200? Magearnia, Porygon Z, there we go. There's an R. Bouffalant, there's the alternate Lost Zone attacker that I think people should be respecting a little bit more. 3 energy, which isn't too bad. It's a Mirage Gate and an energy, right? And then 50 damage, but you put an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon in the Lost Zone. They can't recover it, and they probably will struggle to attack next turn, and then eventually they'll be struggling to have backup attackers, and then it's all winning from there, right? So Bouffalant could be a lot of fun. Ingredient, and that's it for Lost Origin. Next up, we've got Silver Tempest. Silver Tempest, yeah, basically from here on, it was a struggle. If I do miss any cards, let me know in the comments. I will try to make like a pinned comment of any cards I miss. But, yeah, so we got Hisuian Lilligant, 0 energy attacker. It searches your deck for grass energy and attaches them to your bench Pokemon. But, I mean, come on, 0 energy, right? Amoonguss, Virizion, Arcanine, Victini, Delphox. Okay, this Delphox could be fun. 2 energy. This attack does 50 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. However, the other attack is actually better. Flare Parade. This attack does 60 damage for each Serena card in your discard pile. Sure, you gotta play Serena, which isn't the greatest support, but you don't have, like, Professor's Research, which has only been printed as a rare. So Serena might be a decent alternative, and if you're playing Delphox, might as well, and you get a pretty good attack, 240 damage, gonna knock out most things. We got Talonflame, Incineroar with the secret attack, which I don't have the cards pulled up, but I do remember the previous evolutions had some good attacks to use there. We got Milotic, we got Frostlass, and this is the Frostlass that has the synergy with Candace and Galale, who is uncommon, so that whole deck kind of opens up in this format too. We got Fione, we got Caldeo. Sadly, I believe Terrakion is the only one that we do not have a standard legal uncommon or common of. The Terrakion in this set did come through as a rare in Japan, so it is fully a rare and not on this list, sadly. We got Zeraora, we got Mismagius, we got Gardevoir. Hey, I talked about Gallade earlier. We got this Gardevoir here. Hey, synergy. We've got Armadillo or something like that. I don't know. If your opponent's active Pokemon has 100 HP or less remaining, it is knocked out. I mean, how many Pokemon did I say Level Ball was a thing for? So this might be a decent deck to take into the format. Klinklang, and this one, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Shuffle your deck. Pretty good. Energy Acceleration. There's actually, I don't know, I was struggling to find Energy Acceleration in this format outside of Lost Box, so this might be an option for some of you. We got Cobalion here, Noivern, Zygarde. I was shocked about Zygarde. Not that's good or anything. Hisuian Bravery. Put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. This gets around Manaphy, so that's pretty cool, but it does not get around Jirachi. So, will people be playing Jirachi without a Sableye? I don't think so. So this Hisuian Bravery becomes better. Mix it with Spinda. You see what I'm doing there? You got something, right? You just gotta get Spinda out fast enough to get around Manaphy early game, and then you're just knocking out a bunch of things at once. Hisuian Lilligant. Wait, we're done. We're done with Silver Tempest. One more set, and that is Crown Zenith. And I'll tell you why one more set in just a second. Blossom, which this is a fun Blossom, honestly. Flip 3 coins, 80 for each heads, and you switch to the benched. You switch to one of your with one of your bench Pokemon. So Blossom goes to the bench. You send someone else active. That's pretty cool. Tanegrowth, Yanmega, Volcarona, Wailord, Luxray. Here's the other Luxray I was talking about. If this Pokemon is in your hand when you are setting up to play, you may put face down as your active Pokemon. So this guy cheats itself into the active, and then single energy, 50 damage, search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, reveal them, put them in your hand, shuffle your deck. So this could be fun just to throw into any deck, but if you're making a Luxray deck, this is another Luxray to consider. We've got Heliolisk, Executor, Lycanroc. This is a fun one. 2 energy, 240, but then minus energy, or minus 80 for each energy attached to your opponent's active. So clearly you're not going to get 240 off a lot, but mix in some Crushing Hammers and maybe a Goodra, and I mean, you might actually be just destroying. Liepard, Pangoro, Duralgi. This one, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. If this Pokemon evolved from Skullrup during this turn, put 8 damage counters on that Pokemon instead of 1 during Pokemon Checkup. That sounds pretty good. 8 damage counters between turns. Just don't want to follow up, do this attack again, because the new poison would overwrite the old poison, right? So only when you evolve up do you get the 8. That's really what you want to, work with. We got Galarian Berserker, Scizor, Tauros, Gumshoes, Oranguru, and we're back to Blossom. And that is all of the rares that I found that were printed as uncommons or commons even. That's right, there were commons that got bumped up to rare in here. And in the rest of the world where they were common in Japan. Those are all the uncommons and rares, uncommons and commons that I found printed as rares outside of Japan here that are totally legal in Pauper, because there is a uncommon or common printing of that card. It's just not in your region. So yes, join the Discord down below if you want to participate. Now, for the real reason why Crown Zenith is the last set I went over, Scarlet Violet fixed all that. That's right, I could not find a single card in Scarlet Violet that was printed as a rare and in the rest of the world, but uncommon or common in Japan. Not a single card. Now, to clarify a few things, let's see, I already mentioned every card that I wanted to talk about, I believe. Oh, Gita is another card. So I mentioned the Aegislash with the stance change. Watch out for that. I mentioned the Latios not coming over from the Fusion Strike set. Sableye is a rare. Boss's Orders rare. Professor's Research rare. Gita is a rare. That was a surprise. Most trainer cards are uncommon. But Gita is one trainer card that I found that was printed as a rare here and printed rare in Japan. Now, few things I want to touch on here. Someone out there is probably like, did you know that all non-holo rares were printed as uncommons over in Japan? That's not necessarily true. I found plenty of non-holo rares that were put in starter decks and stuff in Japan. So those cards don't technically have a common or uncommon printing in another language in Japan. So in the rest of the world, they are still rares, which sucks, I know, but it is what it is. You know, in the full Pauper format, you'll have plenty of cards to choose from. In this limited Pauper that we have to play in the Discord, you won't have as many choices, but that might just make the strategy a little bit more important, right? That's what I'm hoping anyways. Let's see, what else to touch on? Yeah, Scarlet and Violet fixed all that. I'm amazed. I did not even look for any uncommon or common Pokemon V, V-Max, V-Star, EX, whatevers. Radiant has its own rarity in Japan, K? I don't know what that means. I'm just assuming it's not common or uncommon, so no Radiant Pokemon, right? But I did not search for the Vs, VMAXs, V-Stars, or EXs. If there is one, please let me know. That would be a surprise. I would be shocked. I don't think there is one. Prove me wrong. If I missed any Pokemon, let me know down in the comments. I will let you know what I find on it. If you do think that all non-holo rares do have an uncommon, prove me wrong, right? I will show you my source, which is just going to be Bulbapedia. You show me your source, and I'll figure it out. And I'll put a pinned comment or something. I don't know. Can I do pinned comments? I don't know. This video is over 30 minutes long. If you are still watching, thank you. I appreciate you. You are one of the amazing people that stick out to the end of the video. There's not many of you that do that, so thank you so much. And if you did stick this far, please join the Discord. You might as well take all this information that you learned and jump into the Discord with it and try to destroy this Pauper format. This Pauper tournament that we're having. I hope it's fun. Of course, I will come in with a video talking about the results of this tournament. I'm hoping it won't be too long. I'm not expecting 20 people. That's why I said if I get more than 20, I will certainly put my own money in this pot and be given out a build and battle kit to whoever wins. along with these 20 PTCGL codes. I would just take a picture of them and send you all the pictures on Discord. I think that will be the easiest way. Then you can have your phone out on your computer. Discord's on your computer. Phone is in PTCGL. And you just scan one at a time. And it should be quick for both of us. Yeah, I appreciate you. Whoop, there we go. This is the camera I wanted. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to the channel, because you might as well. You listen to me talk for over 30 minutes. I appreciate you. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm sorry. Join the Discord for the tournament and other things, of course. And I guess the only thing left to say is, until next time, keep playing Jank.